it's me, a wild Katie up here, and today for you, it is another episode of Coffee and Anime. So, keeping up with what we've been doing recently, obviously talking about My Hero Academia Season 4 with the latest episode of episode 18, and I think that means we're, as a whole for the series, it's 80 or 81. I don't know if Katie will need to check on that, but anywho. So this episode I would say was a lot more lighter than obviously previous episodes, and it's very the sort of going back to the, going into school and having the kids again be kids, and it's more, kind of sort of slice of life kind of anime going on here, even though there obviously are other stuff going on in the background, but yes. So, first thing was in the episode, they start obviously talking about having the school festival, and Kirishima points out going, wait, why are we having this school festival right now when right now the world's kind of not great at this point, and villains are on the rise and everything like that, and I agree with Kirishima on that one. It is probably a bit weird to have like a school festival, especially with all the stuff that's happened recently. But again, I do understand where Aizawa is coming from, and that sometimes you need something like this to ease everyone. And also, this is an event that is basically for the supporting students, the other classes that I can't remember exactly what the names are for, and obviously the business side, since obviously Class 1A and all the other hero courses obviously got the sports festival. That's where, they got to shine and stuff, and obviously the school festival is for the other classes to shine, and it'd be kind of unfair to let the hero class have the sports festival and the other classes not to have their festival, which, fair point, yes, and yeah, it is a good way to boost morale and, try and show that the world isn't as dark as everyone thinks it is. Of course, this episode was a lot of Class 1A bonding, so obviously it was them trying to think of what their class can do for the festival, since every class needs to at least do one thing. And of course, all the other options are exactly what you think the characters would come up with Karonari being like, yo, let's have a maid cafe. Mineta thinking of probably something very dirty that, they had to stop before he even said it, but I think we all know what Mineta was thinking. And also Bakugo being like, yo, we should just have them march to the frickin' death. Which reminds me of an episode of Fruits Basket when they're having a bunch of ideas for what their school festival is, and that's exactly what Kyo says. So that was kind of funny, but yeah. And of course, because it is just all the Class 1A just trying to work out what exactly they can do. And I know Koda, I think that's what his name is, the guy who can talk to animals. He suggests a petting zoo, which, again, that is very cute. That would be great. And then, obviously, they still can't because everybody has an idea. And all of them, some are some are meh, some are a really good idea. So they're trying to, pin down what would be the best for their class to do. And they didn't really decide in class what exactly they're going to do. And then they're like, right, what we're going to, by the end of class, they didn't really know what they were going to do for the festival, and then Aizawa was just like, yo, if you don't think of something by tomorrow, then I'm just going to make you all do a really boring lecture live in front of everyone. So it's like, yeah, let's not have that happen. So then of course it leads into the scene where they're just all talking around, and they're just talking about what exactly they want to do, trying again to think of what possibilities they could do. It was Sarah who said that Koda's idea might not be good because keeping a pet zoo is not the best, especially, you gotta clean after the animals constantly, gotta make sure they're fed, and again, animal skill can run amok, so fair enough. Which, again, it would have been really cute to see a petting zoo bit, but I get that. And then, out of nowhere, Todoroki comes up with an idea, which honestly, I did not expect Todoroki, of all people, to come up with this kind of idea, but he suggests that they should do a show, a sort of concert type of thing. And he shows a YouTube video, or whatever My Hero Academia's universe of YouTube is, of a rock concert, and they think and they think, oh, we could do something like this, and everyone in the room's just like, wow, Todoroki, you came up with that idea? Dude, are you okay? And like, I think Minato was just like, what, are you like a party boy now? And he's like, nah, just saw this video on YouTube and thought it would be a good idea. I just think, Todoroki just spends most of his time on YouTube watching concerts, and that's good. Do what you want to do in your free time. But yeah, so they all think, alright, we're all gonna go with the whole music idea. Let's talk to Juro. So this is part where we get to see what her involvement of this arc's going to be. So yeah, as the opening suggested, it has something to do with a concert. And of course we all know Juro is really good with her music. But at first Juro isn't really sure about doing it because yes, she loves music as a hobby, but she doesn't believe that music can be related to hero work. Like with other people's hobbies, with, you know, how in the beginning of the episode, Mina was showing off some of her dance moves, and of course, like, that helps her a lot in, like, her fighting style, because a lot of her fighting style is kind of like dancing. So, you know, her hobby of dancing works really well with her hobby. And obviously there's, like, other stuff people do. Like, you can kind of maybe see that Deku's hero analysis, being a big fanboy, kind of helps him as well. In the day, it was Denki who was just like, actually, no, I think it'd be a great idea because music actually helps people smile and helps people relax, and you know, that's something that heroes do. I don't really ship Denki and Juro together, but I can understand why people ship it. Like, I get it, I get you. So yeah, so basically Class 1A is going to do a concert for everyone, and honestly, yeah, I'm looking forward to when that episode happens, just to see what kind of song they're gonna do, and if everybody's gonna take part, like who's gonna be on instruments, who's gonna be maybe in backstage doing stuff. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, again, I love how supportive Class 1A is of Juro when they're thinking about the concert thing, because as soon as they think about music, they go to her because they know she's good at it, and they're supporting her, and I love that. That's what I love about this series, is just the character interactions, and everyone in Class 1A just seems to be really good friends, and I love that. Like, that is one of my favorite aspects of this anime, so yeah. Next up I want to talk about is Eri. We get to go check up on Eri to see how she's doing. So Deku and Mirio go to see how she's doing, and she seems to be doing obviously a lot more better. She doesn't have a fever anymore, and obviously the horn on her head is kind of shrunken down now. So yeah, but of course, while talking to her, we realize that even though obviously Overhaul is kind of gone, out of commission, all that, she's still scared. She is still terrified. His shadow is still lingering, and you can tell that. And the fact, I will admit, like, when that whole scene was happening and she was trying to smile and then she asked, wait, how do you do that? Like, that choked me. Like, that whole scene, like, I love Eri. She's such a sweet girl and deserves the frickin' world, and she deserves to smile. And I like how basically Deku's like, right, we're gonna get you to smile, and we're gonna take you to the school festival. You actually will get to go out and meet people who aren't gonna be horrible to you. And I love that. And I know obviously Eri was going to be at the school festival because again we see it in the opening, but I like how Deku just like goes straight to Aizawa and is like, yo, can we like take Eri out of the hospital for like one day for like the school festival? And at first Aizawa was kind of looks back, but then it's like, yeah, okay, we can do that. I'll just phone up the principal and see what he says. Because again, like, Aizawa may look like he doesn't care about stuff, but he cares. That man cares. Like, he loves his class, and he will do anything for them. He just doesn't like to admit it. Yeah, that whole thing. And again, I like the fact that, you know, we're getting to see Eri and Mirio in this arc, like, right after, because a lot of animes usually do, like, especially if someone is in the hospital going for stuff, we don't see them for a while, or if something happens to someone where they can't use their powers anymore, you know, we don't see them for a while. So I'm glad that they're still having them there, and I love that, because I love Mirio. He's such a fantastic character, and again, I still hope that either he gets his quirk back or he finds a way to be a hero without one. And again, I love Eri, and I can't wait to see what else they do with her. And I hope one day she'll be able to control whatever, and hopefully one day she'll be able to obviously control her quirk. And maybe, I don't know, maybe one day go to UA, who knows, but yeah. Okay, so like the last thing I kind of want to talk about is the two new villains that we're introduced to in this episode, and that is Gentle Villain and Lavra Bravo, I think that's how you pronounce her name. And they seem to be like internet villains. Like they take videos and post them online. And yeah, that's very interesting. So yeah, again, I don't know much about past this stuff because again, I don't read the manga, and I've honestly never seen anything about these two heroes, so I'm not really knowing what to expect. Like, I know obviously about Hawk and stuff like that, and I knew about Overhaul before we got to his arc. Well, I heard about, I heard about what he's like. I didn't get spoiled exactly what he was up to, but I knew he was a bad dude. And again, I've heard some interesting stuff about Hawks. Hopefully, I don't think I've run into any spoilers, but I know Hawks is a fan favorite. I was kind of hoping he may appear in this episode, but who knows? Maybe next or the following episodes. I feel like he will at least be at the school festival. It would make sense if he was. But yeah. But back to Gentle Villain and Lavra. Because I've not heard a single thing about these villains, I don't know really what to expect. They don't seem like serious threats at this point. They kind of seem more like a comedy duo more than villains. Gentle Villain goes into the shop and basically goes to steal money, and then obviously the heroes come in to stop him, and then obviously he asks Bravo, because I think that's who was obviously filming, to shut off the camera. Again, we don't know exactly what he did, but the building went weird, and the heroes are on the floor, and he left the money there. He didn't take it with him. So it seems that they're doing it more for videos maybe, because internet drives up buzz. I'm not really sure, but they'll definitely be interesting. They probably will be at the school festival and do whatever the heck that they're planning to do there. But yeah, it'll be definitely interesting to see exactly what they're up to. But yeah, villains that are basically on the internet sound interesting. So it'll be interesting to see what they're like. If they are serious or they're just more of a haha, we're just doing this for fun. We're evil for fun's sake, we just want to get those hits on in the internet. But yeah, so I'm not exactly sure what to make of them. It'll definitely be interesting, and maybe more because this arc does seem to be more chill than obviously the previous arc. So I guess we're not going to get, major villains in this arc. Again, I don't know. This could completely twist and turn. Again, this is My Hero Academia. I wouldn't take it past them to do something like that. And then we find out they're actually quite serious villains that you don't want to mess with. Well, I mean, it does seem like you don't want to mess with them, whatever. I don't know, maybe it's not, that whole thing wasn't Gentle Villain's quirk. Maybe it was the Bravos. I don't know. It was just one of these things. But yeah, that is just basically my thoughts on this episode. This episode, there wasn't a lot that happened in this episode, I will admit. But it was still a fun episode. Just to see the characters interact and them trying to think of an idea for obviously doing the school festival. And again, I can't wait to see what we'll be doing next. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe for more fandom content that you can shake a stick at. And see ya!